Hi there. My name's Aaron Cohen. I'm going to read the second part of Allen Ginsberg's Howl. It's the part starring Moloch. And Moloch in the Torah, in the Bible, was, as far as I can tell, a pretty bad human or like a pretty bad, dark ritual. It's not super clear exactly, but and you'll get that vibe from this poem. But the interesting thing is that in the Hebrew, the letters that make up the word Moloch are the exact same letters that make up the word Melech, which is king. And so in Judaism, in a lot of traditions, and specifically in Hebrew with the letters, there is often a lot of interplay between that. Sort of, you think it's one thing and then it's actually the opposite, or it's really both. And so Moloch, the darkness, and Melech, the light, are the exact same word, just, the vowels are symbols and lines in Hebrew. So if you take away the vowels, you look at the word itself, you don't know if it's Moloch or it's Melech, which I think is an interesting commentary. I'm going to begin. What sphinx of cement and aluminum bashed open their skulls and ate their brains and imagination? Moloch, solitude, filth, ugliness, ash cans and unobtainable dollars, children screaming under the stairways, boys sobbing in armies, old men weeping in the parks. Moloch, Moloch, nightmare of Moloch, Moloch the loveless, mental Moloch, Moloch the heavy judger of men. Moloch the incomprehensible prison, Moloch the crossbones, soulless jailhouse and congress of sorrows. Moloch whose buildings are judgment, Moloch the vast stone of war, Moloch the stunned governments, Moloch whose mind is pure machinery, Moloch whose blood is running money, Moloch whose fingers are 10 armies, Moloch whose breast is a cannibal dynamo, Moloch whose ear is a smoking tomb, Moloch whose eyes are 1,000 blind windows, Moloch whose skyscrapers stand in the long streets like endless Jehovahs, Moloch whose factories dream and croak in the fog, Moloch whose smokestacks and antennae crown the cities, Moloch whose love is endless oil and stone, Moloch whose soul is electricity and banks, Moloch whose poverty is the specter of genius, Moloch whose fate is a cloud of sexless hydrogen, Moloch whose name is the mind. Moloch in whom I sit lonely, Moloch in whom I dream angels, crazy in Moloch, cocksucker in Moloch, lack love and manless in Moloch. Moloch who entered my soul early, Moloch in whom I am consciousness without a body, Moloch who frightened me out of my natural ecstasy, Moloch whom I abandon, wake up in Moloch, light streaming out of the sky. Moloch, Moloch, robot apartments, invisible suburbs, skeleton treasuries, blind capitals, demonic industries, spectral nations, invisible madhouses, granite cocks, monstrous bombs. They broke their backs, lifting Moloch to heaven. Pavements, trees, radios, tons, lifting the city to heaven which exists and is everywhere about us. Visions, omens, hallucinations, miracles, ecstasies, gone down the American River. Dreams, adorations, illuminations, religions, the whole boatload of sensitive bullshit. Breakthroughs, over the river, flips in crucifixions, gone down the flood, highs, epiphanies, despairs. 10 years, animal screams and suicides, minds, new loves, mad generation, down on the rock of time. Real holy laughter in the river. They saw it all, the wild eyes, the holy yells. They bade farewell. They jumped off the roof, to solitude, waving, carrying flowers, down to the river, into the street.